All right, you can see we're sitting at 50 degrees. We've got to bring this right to a boil. So it's gonna be a little while. It's probably gonna be 1 hour and a half, maybe. We'll see. We'll come back in a little bit. Hi, and welcome to Milgat Farms. Today is day 2 of the bottling session. It's already on the pan. Let me show you this. It's right there. So it's on the pan, it's on the stove, gotten warmed up. The next step is to filter and get it into right here, the bottler. And I'm gonna show you how we do that.
We're going to heat them up. We're going to heat them up. But they're going to fall and break.
They're not gonna fall and break. I get my hand. Oh, I broke the box. Okay.
Come on, Daddy.
This thing right here, guys, is our bottler. It's a water jacketed bottler, and it's got a temperature or a thermometer in here. We also have a thermometer in here. We'll talk about that in a little bit. We need to get it cleaned and get it ready. Right now we're sitting about 150, and that's gonna work out pretty well. Now, mind you, there is no fluid in here, so we don't know what our exact temperature is. So we come around here to the back. We've got it set on 140, and this is approximate, it's not perfect, but the difference between what's gonna come out of the pan and the temperature of the water that's in here already is hopefully gonna make it 180 degrees. So right now I'm gonna do a little cleaning on this thing. I'm gonna check some of the O-rings here, and once we do that, then it's time to get ready to bottle.
I'm doing this.
Take a video, you doing what?
This.
What is this?
This one's smaller, and this one's bigger, and this one's taller.
And those are what? Butternut squash, right?
Yeah.
All right, look, I gotta keep going over here, so you just relax.
We got 10 of these.
You serious?
Yeah, we got 10.
Boy, that's hot. I can't even hold that thing. Okay, that's what the inside looks like. That is actually distilled water.
We need to bring these down in the house. Cook them. Nice. Let's do cookies, okay, Dad?
I don't have to cook them tonight, buddy. That's something for Mom to work on.
Tomorrow night. Ready up with them drain?
And let them drain, that's right, buddy. What we're doing is we're cleaning this out. So this machine has to be perfectly clean when we do this, so we don't get anything in our syrup.
Daddy, Dad, I want to tell you something. How our brother do? I step in this. Now what a brother do? That means I step in this
Yeah, you can step on that.
without brother, right? That's a big money puddle right there. Hold the bottle down. A bottle.
I don't have that box right now, buddy.
Save rabbit anymore. Smaller.
There's boxes here with boxes of bottles.
But I'm saying which one's empty and which one's full.
We have our syrup in the pan. It's the temperature where we want it. So now we're going to turn it off. This is our filter press. It's not quite ready. It's halfway ready. So we're going to go ahead and put the rest of the plates on and the rest of the filters. Then we're going to filter right into that. We still have to get the water out of it. And we also need to check the sugar content over here. So let's do that now. The way syrup is measured is through a density. And that's going to give us an idea of where our sugar is or how much sugar we have in here. This has to be done before you put any filter aid in, or it can change the density of the syrup. So then you wouldn't know what you're doing. It's right where I want to be. All right, guys, we need some more plates. If I were going to do just, say, 15 gallons, then we could get away with just the plates that we have. Since we're going to be doing 45 gallons of syrup, we need a few more plates. The syrup went into the kegs filtered, but we want to make sure that we get every possible thing out. That one's ready. I like to run 2 filters per plate in case one blows out. You've got another one right behind it. It does cost a little bit more, but I tend to believe that I get a better, well, let me say this. I don't have a problem with the filter blowing out. I did recently try a single filter and it blew out, which meant I had to re-clean everything, start over from scratch. Would you open that door and leave it open for me?
This door?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's super hot in here.
It is one.
Yeah, I'm taking my jacket off.
If you're staying in here, but if you're not staying in here, no. If you go back out, you have to have a coat on. All right, the manufacturer really helps us out by putting these lines here. So we have little, big, little, big, little, big, little, big, big. That's right. So I'm not sure why I did it that way. Oh, I gotta fix it again. There's supposed to be a little in between here. All right, guys, so after 2 senior moments, I got it fixed. Big, little, big, little, big, little, big, little, big. All the lines are on the right side. That means it's gonna work. We need to get our hoses installed on it. We have a hose that goes down the bottom, a hose that goes on the back, set everything up as far as the valves go, and then it's time to take the syrup from there and put it into there. So before we do our filtering, we're gonna put some water through the filter press, not the press itself, but the pump. And that way, anything that may have been in there is now gonna be removed. It's gonna wind up coming out that hole right there. The next step in the process is to charge the filter press. We're going to put approximately 6 cups of filter aid in and then hot syrup inside of here. Now we're going to go ahead and fill up not really fill it up, but get some syrup, hot syrup, into our pot so we can stir all that filter aid in and then run it through the filter press. It doesn't have to be full, but it does have to have enough so the whole filter, so it'll go through the filter press and then have a little extra so we can continue to filter. Because what we're trying to do is pack all this filter aid into these chambers inside the filter press. Ow, that's hot. So as it's getting stirred up, you can see it doesn't look like syrup anymore, does it? Now, let's see what it looks like in a minute or so. So, we got our filter, we got our hose. All right, we got our hose. We need our second hose to go into here. One hose is going to be drawing it out while the other hose is going to be pushing it in. Okay, we're good. That's good. It's going to take about a minute. You you can see, we're drawing it in. Okay? In just a minute, it's going to come out the silver spout. There we go. A little bit of water came out. Get up. Can you guys see how clear it is? Oops, stuck the bottom. It's very clear. It's exactly what we want. So I feel like we've got just about enough filter rate in there. We're gonna shut everything off. Now that that's shut off, give it a minute to kind of just rest. Get some of the syrup out of here, and then we're gonna put our fittings back on, put some filter rate inside the pan, and then start filtering. And here's something else you got to think about when you're doing this, is that these are going to loosen up. So as it gets warmer, these loosen, and you need to continue to tighten them. Because if you don't, that right there is going to happen. This happened a couple of times actually. We're good there. All right, the next thing we need to do is get some filter rate into here. Now because our syrup is so clear, we're not going to need a lot of filter rate, but you do want a little bit. Filter rate's in, we need to stir it up. Once it's stirred up, we can then connect to it and begin the filtering process where it's going to go through the filter press and back into here until we're sure that this is the way we want it. So you get your big old whisk out. What we have in here is about 45 gallons of syrup. All right, starting to change color, which means our filter aid is worked its way through the whole deal, or through all of our syrup. All right, I'm gonna set my whisk over here. I don't want to drop in there, that'd be tragic. So I have the fitting clamp there. It's gonna blow it against or push the water in to the wall. This is now going to be turned on. That's not going to be turned on until I get the thing right. So now that's turned on. It's going into the filter press. Everything is where it needs to be. So now we're going to turn on the filter press. Now we'll get a little bit out there automatically, but it's not coming out of here yet. In a minute it's going to be coming out of here. Once it's clear, we're then going to put it over there into our bottler. All right, you guys can see it's clear. It's time to put it into the bottler. To do that, we need to turn it off. We got to let it sit for just a minute or so. We also need to get the bottler into position because once it's full, moving it is not going to be easy or fun. Okay, got it where we want it. Clamp it down. Steal some cookies. My wife makes the best molasses cookies in the world. These are delicious. Alright. The hook is on. Almost going. Alright guys, hook's on. We still need to get the hoses connected, tightened down. This is gonna go for about 10 minutes, and we're gonna see the syrup come right up in here. Let's let this run for a few minutes, and then we'll check it. Oh, it's got some bubbles in it, but that's okay. You guys can see right here we're starting to leak a little bit, and that is as a result of it heating up. Everything kind of expands. We tighten it back down, and then we keep on going. Now you guys can see our sight glass. We have 3/4 of it full, and we still have some on the pan. So that's going to come into here after we get this down below half so that it all fit. Currently our temperature in there says it's about 176, so we're going to have to wait a little bit. As soon as it hits 180, we start bottling. That's where the compressor is. This is our RO room, or reverse osmosis room. That thing's just crazy loud. All right, guys. Good cookie. So we're almost set up for bottling. We've got our bottles here. They have been pre-warmed. We even have some 4-ounce flints over there that we're going to be making some coffee syrup, coffee infused syrup. We'll do a video on that too, because Gabriel comes out and helps. You can see a little bit left in there. As soon as we have space in the bottler, we're going to put it in. That is taking it from the pan to the filter press into the bottler, and now it's time to bottle. So I want to say thank you for watching our videos. Consider giving us a thumbs up, and until next time, God bless you guys.
Daddy, look out that window and 27's out.
I know.
Even
There's more than 27 out.
but
Bunch of knuckleheads.
even Beef's right sitting right next to him. He walking up to her and he
Did he bite her?
No, he run away from her.
You telling me a 27 scared bee?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right, it's time for us to start bottling.